Sarah's using the guest
Sleeping
room,
bags.
so. Sleeping bags. 6 o'clock.
Oh,
All right, good evening, Brentwood. We can stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. I'm looking straight at the camera. We lost Karen just like that.
So, since everybody decided to show up, I don't have to read the whole COVID-19 memorandum. But we are being broadcast live on YouTube. The chat function is enabled should you need to chat something. Karen has her email opened at kclement@brentwoodnh.gov should you have any questions or have problems viewing the live feed.
And you're doing this on YouTube?
This is live on YouTube, yes.
Now, is this a spelling error, the YOUTU period BE, or is that supposed to be alright?
That would be a
Typo?
typo.
Is it just YouTube /ECMW QUKP1FE? That is the link.
But that's not gonna help anybody that isn't already on YouTube.
Okay. Hey,
You can
Good
read the
catch,
link,
though.
but if they're not already linked, they're not gonna see it.
HTTPS.
Very good catch, though, very good catch.
I just looked at it and like,
I need-
YouTube period BE.
Yes, you can read if you like.
You want me to read?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bill's all excited about that.
I'm always excited when Bob reads.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
Born ready.
George Abel, 887.99. Ellen Archeri is 1,078.73. Andrea Bickham is 606.09. Joseph Bird is 890.19. Mark Brightman is 911.69. Gloria Van Den Becerra is 502.25. Gabrielle T. Burgess Labonte is 130.21. Admiral Chalmers is 356.46. Karen Clement is $1,065.17. Jeffrey Collins is 645.02. Katie Coppola is 101.58. Alyssa Sanuski is 179.07. Michael Dam is 738.19. Edwin Decatur III is $1,406.26. Keaton Dennis Wall is 190.71. Robert Gagnon is 289.62. Kenneth Gothier is 788.75. Jason Grant is 281.43. Andrew Gray is 454.28. Mary Lyons Hall is 129.29. John Isabel is $320.59. Kip Kaiser 777.92. Joyce Peebles 513.26. Peter Page $97.25. Kevin Newland is 762.14. Albert Kazaka is 715.73. Julie Levante is 798.42. Stephanie Lazat Croto is 299.42. Heather Lindsay is 591.84. Francis McGinnis is 776.82. Aaron Mitchell is 191.10. Rachel Mowbray is 124.67. Casey Newell is 55.80. Jeremy Potter is 246.88. Jalissa Polanco is 727.34. Wayne Robinson is 921.73. Brenda Silva is $38.65. Katrina Tennant is $349.96. Joshua Turner is $243.92. Olivia Wall is $16.62. Daniel Wicks is $1,044.53. Janice Mears is $757.41. Jeremy Worcester $63.38. Daphne Ross is $686.80.
For a total of 22,755.16.
You guys want me to read these two?
Sure. You're doing such a good job.
I'll get them all to you.
Got it. Yeah.
Here you go, sir.
Come on, ready?
Sorry. You wanna do one or?
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Christine Belanger, 682.65. Matthew Bergeron is 378.13. Keith Culligan is 188.47. Feels like two, but it's not. Charles Fitzgerald III is $23.25. Eric Kenyon is $330.84. William Kenyon is $561.25. Timothy Lindeman is $575.85. Richard Murphy is $149.17. Kristen Pass is $455.58.
For a total of $3,345.19.
For a combined total of $26,100.35.
Mr. Bill.
Oh.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go. Ready.
A&B Lock and Security is $7,651.50. ASAP Landscaping and Design is $3,750. Christine Belanger is $37.31. Andrea Bickham's $14.99. Palm Tree Medical is $10.16. Comstar is $174.05. Comcast is $512.96. Eliminator Systems is $135. Eversource is $16.21. Galls is $163.30. Health Trust Inc. is $7.69. Lakes Region Fire Apparatus is $399.93. Heather Oworski is $1,024. New Hampshire Retirement is $20,978.09. Pine State Elevator Company is $159.27. Kennard Waste Systems $14,483.34. Plosnick and Sanderson is $9,750. Rockingham County Registry is $25.10. Stryker Medical is $208.09. UniFirst Corporation is $42.07. Valak is $296.45. WB Mason is $116.72.
For a total of $59,956.23.
Still, sorry.
We have 2 rec checks.
Sorry, I just signed it for Phyllis. Phyllis, you're gonna have to sign your name.
I don't know. Somebody signed for me.
Gloria confused you.
Well,
I know, I was on
Well-
top. I'm like, why am I on top?
so I'll just sign beside it, how's that?
Perfect.
I don't even know where I'm signing anymore. I'm just gonna sign.
Are you gonna do your stuff from over there?
I'll come close.
I was just gonna bring a mic over
You
to
need
you,
to
and then
sign
you can sit
that.
right in your chair and have at it.
Okay.
He looks all serious though. Looks like he's ready to take out a cigar and analyze us something, like a psychiatrist or something, yeah. Like, yo.
I'm waiting for Bill to figure out how to sign.
Go ahead, I knew how to sign. Just had many things to sign. And then I have to keep getting up and it
Well,
doesn't feel
I
like I'm
didn't
making
sign the
it.
checks for the rec.
Come on, see?
I can't help it because I'm way down here.
Karen did a great job of assembling the room.
She
Did
did.
you do the
Good
overtime?
work.
There was no PD overtime.
Fire department
Hey.
had, fire department had 3.5 hours overtime,
That's amazing, eh?
so, not bad. Is everything going on for that FD to have 3.5?
Yeah. Well, we did good.
Okay, so the treasurer's report is pretty brief,
Yeah.
very quiet week.
Yes.
If it hadn't been for the fire department payroll causing all that reading, I'd be long gone by now. But we still have $3,180,000 in reserve, which I guess seems good. I haven't really thought about that month to month, but seems like we're okay.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Joe.
Thank you.
You want your, good? I guess you could just hand it to Kip.
Thank you.
Oh, well, he's gonna throw it that way. That's fine.
Thank you, John. Nothing. Is this everything?
Everything.
Yep.
Do you want me to take your folder and then? or do you
Yeah.
want- I can start handing them out, or Karen can hand them out, or,
Yeah,
but
so,
you need them to read.
no, you know what? You've got 3 new dwellings from 3 ponds. You've got pool wiring at 272 Middle Road. You've got rewiring and renovation work at 106 Crawley Falls Road.
So I'll just read them off as, and then you can update anything that needs to.
And
First-
there's one of them.
You wanna read them all off? and
First
just
one is
file
40.
at once?
43 Ponds Drive, which would be the new dwelling.
You wanna just do them all at once and just hand the folder all together?
Sure. 42 Three Ponds Drive,
Something like it.
38 Three Ponds Drive, 28 Sherry Circle, and this is a replacement of an air handler and conditioner.
Who's the property owner?
Property owner is Todd Kulik, Kulik. This one is 106 Crawley Falls Road, Capri Realty and Investment. New wiring bathroom, replace old wiring with new residential wiring. And the last one is Nick Maloney, Meloni, 272 Middle Road, pool wiring.
Did you see on the news where the Londonderry meeting got hacked? Today, it was on the news tonight. They were having a council meeting.
They've had a lot of problems with, they're calling them Zoom bombs. And that came out last week and
They
it was
got,
all over the state websites and Karen
right,
said it was on the,
but they got hacked today, so it was, I guess it was,
People are sitting home, they're bored, and they're just logging in, just.
I guess it was really nasty, whoever was
Oh,
calling
really?
it, was calling in, was,
I know Sandown, was it Sandown, you guys had a solar fire today? Solar fire, solar panel fire on the roof? I think it was
No.
Sandown.
no? Unless it was after I left.
It was on WR or something like that. Got posted. And I was like, solar panels. Solar panels put in by, what is it?
well, could you share?
Oh, sorry. I didn't
Yeah, it was a Rockingham alert.
want me to get close.
Residential structure.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to get close to you. You and I are at risk.
Plus
so.
Not Santa.
Not
I
Sandown.
heard, I swear I already had it.
Well, that'll make you not at risk.
Their solar
One of my
panel-
favorite movies.
Solar panels caught on fire.
Oh, really? Where was that?
Plastow?
Oh,
Also
really?
known as Santa.
All I know is it's south. That's where all the stuff is going to. There was supposed to be some other.
Whose agenda do I have?
Not mine, I have mine. Did you give up your agenda?
Nope, I have my agenda.
Yep, mine.
How come there's,
I don't know.
I'm just being nosy, go ahead.
You're fine. Bob's done his commentary, so now we have to.
Oh, okay, back to the meeting, sir.
Well, we talked about some, what else do you
Right.
wanna know?
Tested Bob's geographic knowledge of the county.
The school board did a
I knew I saw it
meeting,
on Facebook, I just didn't know where.
Did they do it?
they did a meeting last night,
Are
yeah.
you
School
kidding
board
me?
did a meeting on Zoom.
And then,
Also, I called in, cause I didn't.
I think the library's postponing theirs until the 20th, I think, April 20th. I don't know what's
And
going on with
the
them.
school's, gonna do a limited April vacation, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
Give the
Yeah.
parents a break, and I guess the kids need a break, I don't know, I think more of the parents need a break.
Second that. I submitted that in my survey, I need a break.
Rick, and can we send them to the school so you can get them out of the house?
I think the parents were hoping for 2 weeks and supposed to 3 days, and so.
Do you have anything for us, Kip?
Are we still doing inspections or not? What are we doing?
We're still doing inspections, exterior or unoccupied houses. Some are done remotely with pictures and descriptions of work. Did two code enforcement letters went out this week, 313, 125.
Yeah.
The trailers at 154 Prescott are now concealed as of last Wednesday. Let's see. I think we've got an RFP ready to go out for
Downstairs?
downstairs.
Yes, it was on the drive. Is everybody okay with the RFP as written?
I think the only
Was
thing
it
we
on?
need to discuss about is payment to Kip. Do you have the,
The wording that I put in there was,
I didn't see that.
that there would be a project manager, and typically you assign
You wanna see?
myself to that.
I didn't know if we just wanted to read what it,
And given that, projects like that, I don't have that kind of hours and money in the budget. So my suggestion is that it get paid out of the, funding for the job. Whether it be the contracting company or however you wanted to do it, but separate entity from the building department.
To pay you like a clerk of the works, basically. and do it.
Correct. Right.
Basically on an hourly rate based off of whatever the funding that we have available.
It's basically just a lump sum in there, but
so section G of the proposal states that the project manager for the town is Kip Kaiser. A fee to be paid of $1,500 shall be included in this bid. G1, the permit fee will be waived and the contractor will allow for payment to up to $500 for any third-party inspections. Section G2, contractor will be required to have appropriate workers approved to work within the police department space. So basically, during this project, Kip will be paid an additional $1,500 above and beyond his salary.
Is that sufficient?
it's a number that should work. And the whole point of it is it doesn't take it out of the building department budget. I'm not being the clerk of the works and being the inspector.
Yeah, that would be a conflict.
Right.
So that's how,
Who's
if
gonna
you
do
need to
that?
word it differently.
Who's
that's
gonna
fine.
inspect at the end?
Well, it's in here that up to $500 for a third-party inspection.
Okay.
Kip would have whoever sign off on it, but the town's, I believe, not subject to their own
We
inspections.
could always have Jeff come over.
I mean, we've never
Bryant might be.
We've never paid Kip to be a clerk of the works or had anybody else do inspections on town buildings,
Yeah,
but we
we
are
still have him
talking,
go by and take a look at it and see what's going on, make sure it's in line.
well, Kip should be doing that as the clerk of the works.
Yeah.
Right.
But is the board okay with the contractor paying a direct fee?
Well, I'm concerned, that doesn't sound like a lot of money.
Well,
Well, I don't think
depends on what they're doing, number one, for the size of the project, it is, in line for $1,500. My concern is that I think Kip should be submitting a timesheet, I wouldn't have a problem with it coming out of that $1,500, but knowing that we're logging and keeping track of how many hours he's got put into there, and we pay him based off on the salary, we don't just say, here's a lump bonus of $1,500. we have to account for it somehow.
No, I
So to
understand that.
reconcile it, I would say whatever hours he's putting into going down there, it's a $30,000 project and $1,500 is now gonna be,
It's not a $30,000 project.
what's the project? I thought we said, I thought
We
the
haven't
warrant
gotten-
was 30,000.
We haven't gotten the bids in yet, but I estimate it more than that.
What did you estimate it at?
40.
Right,
What did
I'd
we
rather
put
not-
aside?
I'd rather not mention it.
Oh, because you're on the thing. Well, it's still public knowledge because we voted for it on the warrant. I don't
Right, well, we
The
have
amount
up
of-
to so
Right.
much money.
think. Right,
plus impact fees is what you guys had discussed
right.
previously.
Because it's new construction, is it?
Correct,
Okay, it does qualify.
correct, as a capital improvement.
Right, yeah, because that way you can use the impacts.
The only thing is if you, with the number of hours that KIP currently works, if you track this fee per hour and tie everything per hour, then it will be, depending on the length of the project, could potentially subject you to, New Hampshire retirement. So that's why I think this was sort of structured as a stipend for that project, not tied to certain hours.
Well, we could
Even if
still,
you did that, you'd have to still pay income tax on it. And you'd
Right, so
have to
the
go,
contractor would pay the town, and then the town would process the stipend through payroll, just like we would normally do, but it's paid as a salary item, not as a per hour project.
So kind of like what they
So
do
it's
for
like a
the
not to
details
exceed
for the police.
budget.
No, you pay the retirement for the details. don't you?
yeah,
It depends when they were hired. Some details are eligible for New Hampshire retirement and some are not, depending on if they were hired prior to July 1, 2011.
say that again?
If they were hired after July 1, 2011, details are not New Hampshire retirement eligible.
But they would submit an hourly sheet for that too, right?
The vendor?
No, the detail, right? The detail
Detail,
officer.
right.
So it's, in essence, you could still be paying it under that stipend. You would just treat it almost like it was a detail,
Like a separate job.
like a detail, it's a separate job. So to me, because you still need to be able to account for that somehow.
Well, I think we should table any further discussion until the RFP goes out and we see the responses.
Well, we can't table it, cause if it's gonna be in the RFP, it's.
Part of the
gonna-
RFP.
I'm okay with keeping it as part of the RFP, I just think there should be some type of reconciliation, and I think.
So it
that would
says,
be up
it
to
says
the
that the contractor will pay
One at a
1,500.
time, Bill.
I'm sorry.
Just because of the video, we have to
Yeah.
make sure.
Right. I just wanna see it reconciled somehow. So to me, I think the best way to reconcile it is to say, how many hours do you think you're realistically gonna have into there? And then we're keeping track of those hours. If it goes over those hours, then we need to be able to figure it. So you just take that $1,500, divide it by your hourly rate, it should give me an hour amount that we can calculate. Now I know you have that many hours that can go into that project.
Well, I would assume that's how he came up with the $1,500 and just didn't pick it out of thin air.
Yeah, I took a reasonable guess at the extra time it would take.
How many hours?
If you want to, it's about a week and a half's worth of hours,
So you got 60 hours worth of work, okay.
you know, someplace in around there.
All right, Bill.
I was gonna say, the $1,500 is the number that's in the RFP, right? So
Yes.
it doesn't matter whether he does it on an hourly basis or he does it as a job, period. It's all still gonna go out the same number at right now. And
What's your
we're
current hourly rate?
concerned about just tracking the hours.
One at a time.
We're concerned about just tracking the hours, so I'm sure that you'll be tracking hours anyways, cause you'll be logging back and forth from what your
Yeah,
regular job is to
back
this.
and forth from items.
What's your hourly rate?
The 30,
40.
60, something like that.
So if I take 1,500 divided by 60, I come up with 25.
So he's shortchanging himself.
Mr. Chairman, I believe if this project gets going and he exceeds the 1,500, we should be able to make a reasonable adjustment in remuneration to KIP.
I don't know if we can because it was a warrant, right?
So there's a couple things here when you're looking at it. If it's a request as part of the RFP that the contractor pays that amount of money to the clerk of the works that you've assigned, then they would pay that and they would 1099 the recipient. If you wanted to do it differently through the town, then we can rewrite the RFP. Unless, yeah.
We got a whole group of people walking by on the outside.
They're getting married.
Here?
Yes, Daphne's marrying them, but she,
Oh, okay.
because of how many guests they wanted to bring, she said they had to be
I
on.
just saw this like massive people walking by, I'm like,
Are they bringing any food?
Back on
Back to
track.
where we are, I just saw
So,
this big
so
group
are
of
you
people.
comfortable with the RFP as written? You wrote it, right?
Squirrel.
I wrote it.
And you're comfortable with the remuneration that's outlined in there as the project manager?
I believe so. Like I say, I always refer to Karen for the legal aspect.
Right. I think we're more concerned about, are you gonna have enough money in there from whoever the contractor is to pay you, so.
So if he's gonna get a 1099 from them, then it's actually separate.
Then it would be
then.
separate from us altogether.
Yep.
That's
So we
what
won't even process anything.
Right.
So I'll make a motion to accept the RFP as written, with Kim as the
I'll second that.
designated
That's fine.
project manager.
I have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
I'd rather
5
have,
ayes
I'd
to
rather have
approve
him
the
looking
RFP.
over it than,
Yep, I'd rather have him looking at it than somebody we don't know.
I see they're working on the porch over at the Historical Society.
Yes, the footings are in and the structure is framed. And, all the decking will be stained prior to putting it down and the post bottoms will be rebuilt.
I walked down to my mailbox today, so I happened to see it.
I haven't been over there, I'll have to drive by.
Kip, anything else?
I believe that's it for the time being.
Anything else on Smith Road? Their vehicles and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's more.
I know.
My research is just going a little bit slower because I'm trying to get through some of the files to try to reconstruct where the stations were on that road. And there's some legal paperwork in those files.
Okay.
PRC doors before you leave.
Okay,
So I have a memo from our rec director, Andrew Gray. Brentwood Recreation Commission would like to pose a 55-45 split on the total cost of the doors at the Brentwood Community Center to be replaced. Brentwood Recreation is also willing to pay 100% of the new locks and keys when the doors are installed.
Why don't they wanna pay for all of them? Why do they want?
Well, they're gonna take money out of the revolving account, and
I mean,
Then
it isn't
the
like they
rest
don't
would-
have any
One at a
money.
time, please.
Oh,
the rest would come from the maintenance fund. I think that's a fair proposal.
I think the recreation department should pay for them all. They have enough money.
Do you wanna do 50-50?
No, we wanna do 100-0.
Oh, I can't believe
That's
this
just
crowd.
That's just my
Well,
opinion.
then we pick
Well-
45-55 is the split. for
That's what we
heat
normally do,
and-
is
Because it's
45-55,
it's
so
a
I
town,
was
Oh, it
wondering-
is.
it's a town building, right?
It's a town building.
Town
It's a
building.
town building,
All
we
right.
have to
Use the
maintain it.
building
Okay.
for town purposes.
And those
All
doors are rusted, so.
One at a time, please. We gotta abide by the laws of the state of New Hampshire.
They are rusted, I can tell you those doors are shot. I
So
think it's fair.
If
Okay.
rec is doing the same split for everything else, 55-45.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the memo as written.
Do I have a second?
Second, do we have the funds?
Yeah, it's on the maintenance fund.
Did we consider that, I think you did consider that as part of what needed to be done, right?
we had gotten a quote, a year or a year plus ago, involving many of the doors over there. So the estimated pricing came off from, that past quote. And there are certainly, 3 doors that need immediate attention and 3 others that, need it very shortly. So you need to fix at least 3 of the doors for safety.
So there's a motion and a second. Any further discussion on it?
Yes, I'd like to amend my motion. My motion includes all the doors.
I think that's what they're asking for, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and I'll
Motion and a
still keep
second.
this-
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Now, do we need to do a roll call vote if you're doing one at a time or no?
No, because nobody's electronic. We can all see everybody.
Well, I just,
I
you
Just
know,
can't hear everybody when you talk over somebody else.
it's
Sorry.
bulldozing, it's fine.
Well, I'm keeping track of the number of times you gavel him.
Yeah, the problem is I don't care.
Well, you should respect the rest of us.
Oh, I do.
I'll say, Kip,
Very good.
They took off the mask to say
Nice
that,
mask.
too.
Well, he was turning
Wayne, do you
red.
have anything?
I just stopped in to see, I see you had on the board out there that, you're gonna talk about Mill Road Bridge tonight.
Yep.
I guess so, do you have stuff,
Is
Karen?
there
or-
anything?
I have this quote, and then I sent the memo out from Steve Cummings, if you want him to, his estimate was between 10 and 12,000 to do the, dredge and fill in all of the DES permits.
I saw, somewhere, is he's not leaving, is he? His term is up and they're just putting it out for bid?
Right, they're putting it out for bid for a good time.
See if somebody else-
It's been 4 or 5 years since they put it out last.
Oh, okay, I just didn't know.
Phyllis, there is no term, it's just that they're gonna do it periodically.
Okay. I
So-
just was nervous that he was leaving.
What are they doing? They're just, he's gotta reapply, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Bid.
Rebid?
An RFP.
So, Michi Corporation, who did our last couple bridges, or open culverts, or box culverts, whatever we wanna call them. Total project price was $176,820, so $176,820. And then engineering was how much, Karen?
12 on the high side,
12 on the high side with wetland permits?
no, that would be in addition, that was just Steve's, fee. And then plus you still need Bell and Flynn's quote, which I don't think that you've gotten yet, right? Do you want to move forward with Steve starting the I mean, you have ample funds in the capital reserve for bridge repair to start going.
I'll take a motion that we accept Steve's quote for engineering and start pushing this forward.
I think it's high, but I'll make the motion.
I think it's high too.
Is this for the railroad? West-
Mill Road,
Oh, Mill Road, yeah, okay. I don't know a whole lot about Mill Road. I talked to Steve Cummings, I got his letter, I know he's working on it. So,
we can put it out for bid, it just,
That'll delay it a month.
We're not doing anything with the bridge right now anyway, right?
No, because we don't have our permits or anything in place yet.
we gotta wait for the water to come down anyways.
Yeah.
So you'll do that late August. But DS is also not open to the public right now, they're only accepting applications through, mail and email, so I don't know how that might slow things down.
Would Steve need to do the same stuff? So he's still gonna have to go through the application process and everything else, so.
Right.
If they're closed, he's still gonna be closed for another month anyway.
I have been told that we might be lucky to get it, we might not get a permit for this year, for that Mill Road Bridge. It's gonna take a while.
So if we wait a month, it's really not gonna matter. I think it seems high. Do you think it seems
Oh,
high?
I do, I think it's high.
What's everyone else's thoughts, I guess?
Seemed like a lot of money, $10,000 to $12,000 to get.
Does Michi Corp have somebody that does it? Cause I remember at one point they said that they could do a total,
I think they do have engineers on staff, because they were looking at it when we did,
Oh, that's the,
Railroad last time.
so do you want 2 other bids? Maybe ask Michi if they'll do it and then another engineering company, or just put out an RFP?
I'd be happy with 3 bids.
I do an RFP on it. That's
You would?
Does it cost us anything to do an RFP?
No,
Just Karen Stein?
The
Work.
time and the notice for the publishing notice, that's like $150.
well, you already have the price for the bridge from Michi, right?
Yep.
Right,
For,
but the-
for the bridge.
But if we're gonna RFP it, we might as well RFP the whole project.
Yeah.
Bridge, Engineering.
Soup to
Well,
nuts,
they'll
everything.
include that, just like they're doing Railroad West. Like we had the bridges down on Prescott Road, we had 2 engineers there while they were putting them up from Michi.
So Michi does it all.
Michi
Yeah.
does it all.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I know they charge us, for, the mill, the Railroad West Bridge, but that price was included was all included. Remember they sent me a bill later and we got a price and then but that's all included in the bridge.
But that's just engineering of the bridge, not of wetland permits and.
Right.
I think we should do an RFP personally.
Oh, isn't that what, Steve Cummings is working on?
Right, we're talking about whether to use Steve Cummings or find somebody else.
Oh, okay. All right, cause I know the Railroad West, thing is all set.
So we have a bid from Michi to do the bridge. Why don't we just ask them what they would do to, what it would cost us to do the whole project from beginning to end, including permits and.
Well, two people have said RFP, so I haven't had a motion yet, but
I'll make a motion for
I'll
RFP.
second it.
we have a motion, the second to put the project out for an RFP. Any discussion?
Again, why don't we just ask the Michi to see if they can do the whole thing for a price?
But why do we have a policy that says we'll put things out for bid if we
No,
don't do
you're
that?
absolutely right.
Well, how did we get the Michi estimate?
Because Wayne went to Michi and said, how much can you build me a bridge?
Okay.
It's not official.
It wasn't a, that's right.
Okay,
It was not a
RFP will
real
be, I guess.
So that's an aye.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. So, in 2 weeks, we'll look at the RFP. Actually, when you get it done, Karen, if you just wanna email and then at least if we have any questions. So that's it for the bridge.
Okay.
How are we doing with, is this employee, the one that's going through screening, has it done yet or no?
I left Kate, so yes, that's all done.
All
So,
done?
do you want to announce, Caden Blazik Ahern for full-time in highway? He has, all of his screenings are back, I'm just trying to work on a start date with him. I don't know if he's put in his 2 weeks notice or not yet with his previous, current employer.
Kinda late now.
Yeah,
What's his pay rate?
better work on his start date.
I can't remember what we,
I can't,
was it 17?
I think it was 17 to start
Then-
until
then
he
it's-
achieves his CDL.
There
Yep,
was a bump in 60 days, wasn't there?
yep, there was a bump in 60
90
days.
and then another bump in
At the
by
CDL.
November 1 is
Once he
when he
gets the
attains the
CDL.
CDL.
Yeah,
So, and then you're hired up, right?
Yeah.
okay,
Perfect. So the highway department will be fully hired.
excellent.
1.5 years later.
So did we hire somebody else? I mean,
Yeah,
Yes.
the kids.
oh, you can't announce it, or, I mean,
We
That's
just
what
did.
said.
well, I didn't hear it.
His name is Caden Blazik Ahern,
Okay,
and he's been hired as full-time, and he's gone through all the
Okay.
checks, so we're good.
Yep, and he's a nice kid, polite,
Yes.
anxious,
Very
he'll be good, yeah. I think,
Yeah,
take him under your wing and treat him the right way.
I know.
Just not the wing of the plow.
Yeah. That's right, we don't want that.
Or not.
Did we award you that plow that dropped on your foot? I think you should take that.
But we
home
still
as-
have that.
You should take it home as a memento.
We still have that one.
What's going on with that truck that you had to send back up to Liberty? Did we get that back? Is
I got it back, yeah, I took it apart today, I got the plows off it, I got the screen out of the back. I'm gonna start using it, cause we got good, so I'm gonna be running it a lot more. It's been running good. All you do is put your foot on the brake before you put it in gear, and you'll be able to go. And till then, so far, it's been running pretty good.
Steps 101 to get out of the
It's a
car and
little-
get in the car.
It's a new, sometimes.
Safety feature.
Safety
Yeah,
feature.
Nissan has that on its vehicles.
Yeah, we've had it out a few times. Actually, I used it for plowing, toward the last storm there. Run good. But I haven't been able to run it because I've had the plows on it, so I decided to take it apart. We got good weather coming, but I'm leaving the other trucks back all together for at least another couple of weeks, because we could get another storm. And,
We're done with snow.
to use it.
It'll melt, don't plow it.
Oh, that-
Nobody's gotta go anywhere, so
Yeah.
help them stay at home.
Save the salt.
right.
How about the fire trucks?
That's back, isn't it?
We can have a truck follow the fire engine.
Got it. How about being in front of the fire engine?
Either way.
Oh, okay. Phyllis, do you go along with this?
She can't hear me.
Thank you, chief.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to say one thing, but about a week and a half ago, when all this Corona-19 started, we had the backhoe out, and the backhoe died on us. And it died out on the road, so I called Cat to come down to see what was wrong, and there was a RGT valve that went in it. And it's a common thing that goes with the backhoe, and it separates the fuel and the exhaust. So without that, it wouldn't run. It would just barely crawl. That's about all it would do. It wouldn't do anything. So they sent a guy down, and he told me he had to put a new valve in it. So I said, well, we'll get it back to the shed, and you better put a new valve in it. So I told him to go ahead and put it in there. And but I should be getting a bill here pretty quick. They called me, I don't know how much it's gonna be. He was there probably 5 hours putting that thing in. So,
$1,000.
Cat,
I'm sure it's gonna be a little over $1,000.
Yeah, probably.
they're gonna road work coming out on emergency.
No, they came to the shed, didn't they?
Well,
What's that?
They came to the shed, right, to do the work?
They came to the shed. We got it inside the shed, cause he came down on a rainy day. We had it all ready for him to go ahead and fix it.
$1,000.
Wanna
Gotta
take
have
bids?
that.
I'm gonna go 1,500, that's me.
I don't think it would be a little over 1,000, I think.
anything else for Wayne?
I'm good.
Okay. Hey, the other thing I wanted to ask, we got that steam cleaner that we had, and I got somebody that's interested in getting it, cause he got a new burner, a whole setup to put in there to take that out, cause that's what went on it. And I already got a new one, so is that okay to get rid of that thing?
You mean sell it to him?
No, I'm just gonna give it to him, it doesn't work.
Oh,
Well, if he wants it, it obviously has some type of value.
Well, it does, not that much. Without the burner and the hookup, it ain't worth too much to us, but I wanted to check before I let it go, put it in a dumpster out there.
What's it
Do
valued
we have
at?
to offer it to somebody for something?
What's it valued at?
I don't know, it's an old one, it's been there ever since we have, it's over 20 years old.
Basically, he's saying that he's gonna throw it away and somebody's gonna pick it out of the
Yep.
snow pile.
Yep, good idea.
Right.
Let it go.
So
Bob
we'll
and
go
I
to
will
the
go
metal
down
one.
and pick it up.
Sure,
I'm
I
sure
guess
you
I'll
can
be
use
picking it up.
No.
He's volunteering me to go get it.
No, I think we should give the chief the permission to do whatever he wishes with it.
It's just junk right now, it's disconnected,
Yep.
it's just a
Yeah.
big paperweight right now, right?
It's, yeah, it's right in my way down there, that's why I still have it inside the shed, but
And is it all metal?
it's all metal,
So what's the scrap metal value on it if we stick it into one of our dumpsters?
I have no idea.
Probably
You said
not
it was a
much.
steam cleaner?
Probably 100 pounds.
You said it was a steam cleaner?
It's a steam cleaner,
I'll make a
It
motion,
doesn't steam.
yeah, it doesn't work.
I'll make a motion that we give the superintendent of the highway division permission to get rid of, at his wishes, the oldest steam cleaner we own.
Second.
It might not be the oldest we own, is it?
Yeah. Any discussion?
Only have two.
All in favor of disposing the old steam pressure washer?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Get rid of it.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Good night.
I'm like, where's he going?
Gotta get Karen's mic back.
Andy, did we draw a name for March?
I don't believe so.
Haven't had a meeting since.
No, haven't had a meeting, so.
Oh.
I can get the jar after. Conservation Commission would like to reappoint Robin Wrighton as an alternate member for a year, and Bob Stevens also for a year.
Don't they
Are they
need-
gonna do them
don't
as
they need two
alternates?
members?
Not,
They
She
need
didn't give
three.
me any different instructions, she said she
well,
wanted to
because,
reappoint
you know
one.
what,
I thought three they
Right.
need, yeah, that's right, cause
They-
Jeff,
they
need-
Jeff Downs, Bob, was he a member or an alternate?
Kawaki-
Phyllis has got the floor.
Oh, sorry.
they need 3 members for full-time, because Wolfchuck, Galaki, and
Martha Gilbert.
they all expired this year. So she should see if they wanna be full-time and be,
Well, then these are for next time then.
yeah. I mean, I went through, it's the town clerk committee, I went through and, and then they need an alternate for 1 year, one for 2 years, and then they need 2 for 3 years. So they need, I don't know if she knows that, or I can email her that.
Okay.
Do you wanna wait on that?
Yeah, we'll wait on
Yes.
that. And then the library trustees would like to appoint Brian Duffy and Tom Walker as alternate members of the library.
Do you have a
For 1 year.
motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of Brian Duffy and Tom Walker being alternate members of the library trustees?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Have we assigned committees yet?
No. And then I have, a veterans credit and a totally and permanently disabled vet credit. I have a vet credit and an elderly exemption. And this is an elderly exemption denial for exceeding the asset limitation.
I'll make a motion on all.
Second.
Any discussion on approving 2 and denying 1? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Like, whose name is here? Ken already signed.
Oh, yeah, he was in it too today, so.
Actually, I arrived at 1:30.
Oh, at
The meeting was at 2.
So he misunderstood the meeting of, the chairman's asking 2 people to stay home, as the chairman says we're having a meeting at 2.
Okay.
Well, you came up with a different reason, and I liked yours better than his.
I don't think I got that. I'll have to look at my email.
What do we have for minutes?
I didn't get
We
it.
have 316
No,
public
good, then I-
minutes.
then I'm-
I'll make a motion for that.
You just bumped the table, I can't sign
I
them.
was here.
So we have some minutes to approve. Bob's made a motion to approve the public minutes of 3:16.
Second.
Any discussion on the public minutes of 3:16? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
317 public minutes.
Make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion on the public minutes of March 17th? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
No.
Anybody abstaining?
No.
Motion carries.
317 non-public.
Motion?
I'll second it.
Any discussion on 317 non-public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
I just saw the bride leave. What a beautiful young lady.
Motion carries. Squirrel!
327 public.
Make a motion?
Second.
Any discussion on March 27th public minutes?
What happened? She laughed.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain? Opposed? Motion carries. Any more?
Not for minutes. Not for minutes. You have one current taxpayer agreement that the resident pays regularly. That person is requesting to suspend their payment agreement with the town through at least May, and hopefully they can reopen.
I know the taxpayer. She has no income whatsoever.
Right.
No, I think we need to
It's
do
because
that.
of the virus,
Right.
right.
I would make a motion for that.
I second it.
I just would like it, for the record, we should have record that she doesn't have employment or income because of COVID-19.
Right,
Well, her business is closed.
right.
That's fine, but as long as, just have her submit something in writing that that's the reason why she's asking for an,
Karen, how did she communicate that to you?
It says all of those things in here, but you
Okay.
can read it if you wanna see for the record.
Does anybody wanna read it?
Nope.
All right,
I know where
We're good.
the restaurant
No.
is, and it was closed.
stop talking.
You had,
You're giving too much information.
you had another agreement that was,
Hold on, did you want a motion on it? Second and a vote?
oh, Bob made the motion and Phyllis seconded it.
We didn't vote though.
Oh, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Next one.
The other taxpayer agreement is supposed to come back on May 12th, and their financing is moving forward, so they should be able to meet that commitment, no problem. Rob Tozier from KRT for the reval. They would like to begin work back in town on Monday, April 13th. They want to continue with no interior inspections, stay 6 feet back from ringing the doorbell, and they're guessing that callback appointments will not happen unless things make a turn for the better. So as long as you guys are okay with that, then they would like to submit an amendment to the contract to DRA for approval.
I'll make a motion that we receive the documentation from the assessors and agree to their request.
We still have a stay-at-home order.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be assessing buildings during the stay-at-home order.
And I think it's problematic to have somebody that's gonna go out to somebody's place, stay 6 feet away from their doorbell. There's people that don't want people coming on their property.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So hit pause until May 4th at least.
yes. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to
Deny.
give an addendum to extend the period. Can we do that?
We can't offer any extensions because their drop deadline is August 15th in order to complete the project, in order for us to be able to submit our MS1 for September 1 and set our tax rate timely. So
Can we ask
I can submit something to DRA to see if
Senator Morgan if we can,
not do a reval this year.
no, see if we can extend our deadline because of this?
I like her idea better,
Not do it?
not do it.
No.
That ain't gonna happen,
No.
but
I just said I liked her idea, that's all.
So I would think that's,
DRA, Senator Morgan, somebody,
Somebody, okay. Bob made a motion.
phone a friend. I
Second.
have a motion and a second to suspend reevaluation until at least May
Fourth?
4th. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Norman Garside is requesting to renew his lease to hay the George B.A. Field.
I'll make that motion that he continues haying.
I'll second.
Any discussion about Norm? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Conservation Commission would like thoughts and permission to do a roadside cleanup. So if people want to assign, they wanted to roll out a challenge in which groups or individuals would compete to see how much trash they could collect from the roads over a certain period of time. Edie was thinking about the weekend before and after what would typically be April school vacation break. And she wanted to know your thoughts on if you wanted to allow that, if people were outside keeping their distance no more than that's
I can't prevent people from picking up trash along the side of the road, but I don't think it should be a town-sponsored event.
I would agree with Andy on that. I think it's problematic with the order that we have right now till the 4th for us to encourage people to kinda
do that.
congregate.
By all means, while people are out walking, grab a trash bag and pick stuff up. I mean,
I have 12 beer cans, empty, right now.
Stop drinking.
I've deposited a couple trash bags just from Dalton Road with my wife walking up and down the road, so I mean, you're out there walking, grab a trash bag. And some rubber gloves. And don't throw your rubber gloves on,
The
ground.
creek.
Especially on South Road, don't be throwing your rubber gloves on South Road, please.
Yeah.
Why, somebody eating in them or?
I don't know, somebody's throwing rubber gloves.
Someone made a submission for the Boston Post King.
excellent.
Oh,
Chris
good,
is 95 years old
Carson,
and lives on South Road, actually.
good.
Who was it?
Paul B. Robinson,
Down the street from me.
Oh.
he's 95, and
Is he really?
he was born September 3rd, 1924, and is a veteran from World War II.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's-
I move we award Paul the cane.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Congratulations, Paul.
Yes, but I think we have to wait till after this virus thing
Yes,
is over to do
yes.
it. Okay.
But she can work on getting the replica and,
She's already got one.
She's
She
already
got
got
two. She got two. She was smart.
Always good, always good to think ahead.
Thinking ahead.
Longevity is never guaranteed.
nope,
And PD car unit 5 was hit while it was parked at an officer's home, which was in the mail a few weeks back. They've submitted the claim through that person's private insurance, and I've received the estimate here. This was one of the vehicles that was slated to be disposed of, so do you want to just take the check from the insurance, or do you want to make the repairs and try to sell the car for a higher value?
$3,000,
How much?
$3,000 is the estimate.
Mr. Insurance Man, what's the value of that?
What's the vehicle?
It is a 2015 Ford Explorer, which probably has over 120,000.
Should have the hours on there.
Was it just the bumper?
The hours
I
or
mean, not
the,
the hours, it should have the,
What was the damage, the bumper or the fender? I can't remember now. I think it was just the bumper, wasn't it?
so parts to be replaced. Rear door, outer panel, clear coat, edging, clear coat,
Oh, she
add
hit
for
the door?
inside,
Oh,
add clear coat. Replace lower right molding, replace hood, quarter panel, right wheel molding, panel bonding, lift gate.
So that estimate's low, I just did all that work on my own personal vehicle.
Whoa, there's no way they're gonna do
I was gonna
that.
say, can you just give me that? I'll run it
For $3,000?
down.
There's no
I'll
way.
tell you in about 15 minutes.
But it won't tell you the mileage.
But hold on a
Sure,
minute,
absolutely.
I understand that the officer's wife backed into it, it just did minor damage. Is this the whole, they doing the repair on the whole cruiser or the damage that was done?
Well, obviously where it was hit was enough damage to cause different areas to be. I mean, you could,
I backed out of my garage into Carol's car and into the door, and it was only $800.
What, but that was no damage
Yeah,
at
but that's
all.
not a cruiser, come on.
Oh, is that what it is?
So given the
that's
fact.
not
that-
our insurance paying it,
I
so.
know,
Right,
but given
right.
the fact that they're gonna fix all those things that you listed, I was gonna say, let's just take the check and sell it, but now I'm thinking we should get the thing fixed and then sell it.
Well, the problem is you're still gonna have a new car with a blown engine.
Yeah, so just take the money.
Just cause you
Maybe
put
we
lipstick
should-
on a pig
maybe we
doesn't
should-
make it
Maybe we should just take the money.
I don't understand your analogy, really.
doesn't make her a prom queen. No taking Bessie.
Let's see what Bob says.
I'm doing an NADA check on it.
Oh,
I'm inclined to accept the check and.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Probably more than we would have gotten for the
Yeah,
cruiser.
so that's
right,
thinking.
right,
Well,
right.
we have had very bad luck in everything we've sold.
Well, they're not-
Except the Humvees.
They're
We
not
did-
worth
We did
anything.
really good on the
Yeah,
Humvees.
we did. I agree with you, they're not worth it. They idle forever,
Yeah.
and you're right, the blown engine,
Well, it's not a blown engine,
Right,
but
yeah,
but it will be
you
soon.
put a lot of stress on that car.
yeah.
Listen, you turned down $1 million claims in 2 seconds. What
Well-
the heck's going on here?
What else are we
And I'm
looking at,
running,
Karen?
I'm running my check
That
on
should
it.
do it.
Okay.
Oh, actually, do you want to appoint representatives to each board?
Can't we just stay where we are?
That's up to you guys.
I wish to remain on the planning board.
I don't
I'll-
have problems staying where we are, the only concern I have is that
The school board?
the library
The
is one of the
library.
ones that wants to add, so.
Oh,
does
I thought
somebody
you
wanna
said
pick
you
up
were
the
interested in
library?
that.
No, I'm fine on the school board. I thought he was gonna say the school board
No.
was looking at me take it off.
Nothing against you, Bob, but as chairman, I would like to take the budget committee.
Okay,
Fine by me.
I guess we have a library representative, right?
What committee were you on?
I'm a member of ZBA, so both Ken and I are on ZBA as members, so.
No, I'm the chairman, get it right.
Are you gonna
That
stay
would
on
be-
that?
Gavel?
Bob, the library.
No.
Are you staying on that?
Well, I'm a member, I'm a voting,
Yeah, so-
I'm not just a rep, I'm a member, kinda like Hair Club.
Didn't he die?
So you need someone else to go to the Board of Adjustment?
Not really, cause
Oh,
that would
not
put
really.
3 selectmen on the Board of Adjustment,
Would be-
and then it would be
Okay,
a
I mean, I just,
selectmen's meeting.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
I don't have a problem with, it's fine with me. You wanna go fight the battle over there?
You're going
You
to
won't know
library?
what to do with all your spare
I'll
time,
go to the library,
Robert.
I'm like, woohoo.
Hopefully they make you brownies.
And they
So
serve
you wanna
cookies
be on
at
the
green.
library?
They told
So
me
he
they'd
wants to
make
be
me
on library,
coffee
yeah.
if I did.
You wanna change anything?
No, I'll stay where I am.
We're all good then.
Okay, so everybody, with the exception of me and Bob,
Okay.
Bob and I,
I
Bob and I.
think,
Bob and I,
if it were me, because we don't have the mileage and that's a huge factor, I would almost take that money and then sell the vehicle
As
as
is.
is.
Right, we all
Absolutely.
agree.
Yep, we agree.
Make that motion, sir.
I make a motion that we
Second.
take this money, we put it towards
Second.
wherever we
Yeah,
put it.
Well,
second.
well, it goes to the general fund.
Yeah,
Go in the general fund.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Motion, do I have a second?
Yep, second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries?
Mr. Chairman, do we need a motion for the outside jobs that we have now been assigned?
Oh, what?
No, because you're just staying
No,
on
we're
the
just
same
staying,
one.
we're
Yeah.
just staying over there.
No,
Unless you want to make a motion and then,
no,
I'll second it if you want a motion.
no, I don't.
I make a motion then, that everyone does everything they were gonna do, as Andy had put it earlier.
I'll
Second.
second.
Too late, you gotta go fast, you don't have time for.
all in favor?
Aye.
It's 7 o'clock.
Motion
Mary wants to go
passes.
home. She's been here since.
You got anything else,
7:30 this
Karen?
morning.
That is all I have for you.
Motion to
Alright, no, we still got a whole,
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
I actually do have something else.
Okay, so
Go
are
ahead.
you and Wayne kinda like communicating with each other?
do you want me to finish, start, or do you wanna
You
find
can
out?
go.
So under new business, we have the 2020 Board of Selectmen goals, I think we'll put a hold on that.
Oh, okay.
Everybody review the Board of Selectmen meeting policy.
Yes.
Karen's gonna be putting those on the Google Drive, so we can review stuff as needed, that and the employee handbook.
Oh, I went on today and, printed it out because I didn't think I had a copy, but,
So, does anybody have any changes that need to be made to the meeting policy?
I would, maybe because of this COVID, maybe we should have something there about electronic.
Well, it would fall under the governor's
I think it's in here anyways, isn't it?
order number 12. No, the special electronic meeting policy isn't in our policy, because before you needed a quorum, now you do not.
Present, physically present.
Yes,
That's only in this instance, right?
right, until, when the governor's order 12 and 23 expire, then you will need to physically sign stuff and be present. To have, you'll need 3 members present for a meeting,
Right.
2 could appear electronically, as long as there's a vote of the board.
Okay.
I'm fine the way they are.
And are we gonna discuss, I'm only asking this because it was in the newsletter, are we going to the summer schedule now?
It's already started, honey. It's
Yes, so
April.
that would be my next suggestion is that we start the summer schedule. With the governor's order, I don't know how we electronically sign a check register.
The conference call that I had, it said that I just need something with your name, a date, and a timestamp. So you guys can just do a signature, and then I just need the date and the timestamp in order to be able to use that for the manifest, so that you don't have to come in every week. I can scan and email you a copy of the manifest or the posting register for AP and for payroll, and then that way you can view what you're approving prior to sending back your okay. Or you can,
I
Or-
think
but it
it's
doesn't
just as
preclude us
easy
from
to-
coming
well,
in.
I'd rather,
right, so that's your,
So, either
your
way.
call there.
Totally up to you, if you wanna come in, you can come in, but the governor's allowed you to
Do
sign something
electronically.
electronically.
Only
Okay.
for financial business.
Right. So what do you need us to do for you? Sign something and,
If you're gonna come in, you don't have to do anything.
Right.
This,
I can't
So-
go anywhere right now.
I would like to go to the summer meeting schedule, that's a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
I would also strongly recommend that we pick 2 members to appear electronically, at least, so that we don't have this.
I'm fine either way, so whatever you guys want me to do.
I like.
I go
well,
stir crazy going home, so
What's that?
I'm going stir crazy going home.
The problem is,
Well,
you two aren't 6 feet apart, you two aren't 6 feet apart.
Well, we could be if you'd move.
I was
Actually,
gonna,
my
you were when
foot's-
we started.
I think we're fine, I just.
But we're
assume
supposed to
Tom,
set an example,
Yes, we are.
and this is not setting an example of,
I'm fine doing it from home if you guys want to, it's fine, you guys can call me.
I prefer being here.
Yeah, I prefer to be here too.
I'm fine with doing it
So
over the
that
phone,
leaves
so
me
it's
out.
Then by
well,
the-
no, we can't order somebody not to attend the meeting. You're a voting member of this board.
No,
and-
but I mean, I think you're right, we need to set an example, and
If you guys wanna call me and that's fine, cause I can watch it online just like everyone else, so that's fine with me. I did that for the 2 weeks that I was quarantined at home, so I'm comfortable with it, and the only thing I had to make sure is to keep my computer microphone off and my phone microphone, cause it was crazy with the delay, but.
And
And
just
then I
like,
was really lost, because then I would ask a question, and,
Andy, just look at it this way, you won't ever use the gavel again.
oh yeah, you will, we'll be back.
I could just hit mute.
By popular demand, and I won't know, cause it's on a delay, I'll be like, they didn't answer me for 30 seconds.
So that'll be an option, in 2 weeks, let Karen know
Let
if
you
you
know.
wanna appear electronically or you'll be here.
I'm fine with doing electronic, I also emailed Karen my electronic signature, so.
I personally think this thing will be over by the end of the month.
No, I don't.
No, I know, but that's,
I'm
you're
hop-
right.
I'm hop-
Boston's kinda becoming a hotbed right now,
I'm
so.
hoping you're right.
New York is going,
Yeah, New Jersey is on the slide.
yep, so I think it's gonna be over by the end of the month.
Louisiana and Michigan are, doing crazy.
They didn't do the things they were supposed to do.
Won't be over until there's an
Has to be
antibody
nationwide, yeah,
or a
vaccine.
vaccination, because it'll just,
We'll all be retired by then.
well,
Well,
And then it could.
you
come
already
back-
are retired,
Then
so.
it could come back
Andy and I are
next
looking
year.
forward to this.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What you got, Karen?
A resident at 250 South Road is a nonprofit, and she is looking to apply for a grant to the USDA to do some improvements on her property. The way I understand it is the USDA will not accept the grant from her. They want a third party to submit the grant on her behalf and sort of be the funding agency. So they want she is requesting the town submit the application on her behalf. We would receive the revenues. We would be the ones cutting the check to the contractors and then receive the revenues from the USDA.
This is the horse rescue farm on South Road. They were just on Chronicle last
Oh, yeah, it
week.
was on the, I saw that.
But my personal opinion is, we're not
A third party
We're not-
right, we're not a clerk of the works and we're not a
Right.
bank, so I think we should stay out of this. I would love to help her, but,
I
Well,
think
and
it's
you
like that
also-
guy with that car that wanted.
right.
Same situation.
You also can't expend money for things that you didn't appropriate for at town meeting. which
Correct.
is Not this.
Yeah, I would agree that unfortunately, I think it's setting a bad precedent, and we kinda went through that whole exercise with that guy with his car. Having a party and everything.
I don't know why, SPCA or one of those wouldn't be the third party holder.
Right,
I mean,
right,
cause that's her function is saving animals, so
right.
one of the animal rescue leagues that are nationally known could be her.
Sponsor. A GoFundMe, you know, I went,
Well, she needs a
No,
third
she
party
wants a
to,
grant. She wants to get a
Facilitate.
grant.
yeah,
no, but what I'm saying, if she starts a GoFundMe, they take 20% or whatever the number is, and if the rest of the money is free.
Another organization she might look to is 4-H, cause I know she does a lot with 4-H over there, so.
Yep.
That might be another suggestion.
Do they have any money?
No, but they could be the sponsor for a grant. She's looking for a grant. for
or even the
Department
Rockham County Conservation Commission,
of- Yep, that's another one.
RCC.
And then if she really needs an entity that knows about animals and stuff like that, then we have 2 veterinary clinics that are here too, so. Brentwood and Mitchell, that she could reach out to if she's unable to get a sponsor, cause it looks like she needs a sponsor, and I don't think our town should get a sponsor.
Well, and the timing is short. Her grant needs to be submitted by April 15th, and I said if the town was going to be agreeable, you'd wanna send it for a legal review, and logistically, I don't know that
That would
that would
work.
all work, so.
Conservation has plenty of people that they can reach out for self-grant writers and stuff like that, that might help her.
Great.
Is that it?
Well, they have to get the drawing from that.
Oh, yeah. What, is there any COVID-19 updates that we
Here.
need to?
I'll draw the name.
There's nothing else yeah, there's one thing I think we should
Karen.
consider, because I think we've been,
I loved it.
we've been given the option of waiving, interest on mortgage payments that are late. Isn't that correct?
Tax payments.
Tax payments.
Who is it?
Before?
I thought he-
I think he
Is it
won
you?
before.
Is it you?
He's won before.
Who is it?
Ken Goff.
Ken Gothier.
He did win before.
I thought he won before.
There you go, mix them up.
Helen,
You can't
Mike,
redraw now.
Why?
Oh, yeah,
I thought that would make you ineligible if you've already won.
yeah.
I thought we were doing that they could win.
Once.
Somebody won twice in a row, right?
I thought we,
I thought we said we weren't gonna do that again.
I don't know.
Well, it's a lottery. Some people get struck by lightning 2
No.
times.
Yeah.
I tried, but my wife is upset because life insurance.
You don't have good life insurance?
I'm still alive.
No. In the
Good point.
event of your.
That comes up at my house a
just
lot.
Yeah, that she
What
can
is your
pay for
past
college.
70? I heard about that at the Christmas party.
Yeah, you only have a couple moments
Karen
left.
knows. It's Kenya.
Yay!
Stephanie.
Stephanie
Oh,
wants.
good.
Perfect.
Very good.
She's an elected official.
That's all right.
She
She's
shouldn't
also.
be
Does
in
she not
there.
count?
Yeah,
Technically, she shouldn't be in there.
Are you serious?
wow.
She's an
No, I'm
elected
serious.
official. That would be like putting all of us in there.
Yeah, that's right. Can't do it.
All right, here we go
You're
again.
changing the rules.
One more. Come
Bring
on,
it
do one
back.
more. There you go. One more.
I'm not even
try.
gonna get my hand into the glove. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna do the creepy glove hand.
We're gonna have nobody left.
Oh no, who am I doing?
Who is it?
I guess I should have really
That's
done.
supposed to you too. Joe Bird.
Okay.
Or- oh,
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
the-
he's good.
And he's the department head, he should be on it.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Daphne.
Karen, do you have anything else?
We do have other things.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I have to go home and eat some chicken.
if nobody's been reading the department head COVID-19 updates, some department heads aren't participating. Emergency management said they would like to see more participation from us, which I'm not sure what he's looking for, because we really don't have a whole lot in this. But I'm very disappointed that we're not getting fire department information.
There's.
If you look at the message board for the COVID-19 updates, each department head's supposed to call us every day to let us know how they're doing,
Got it, okay.
whether they have employees
Yep.
quarantined, suspected, whatever, if they're running out of supplies, and fire department's not participating, highway PD participates every once in a while.
Murphy's good about sending something every day, but it's the same message every day.
But that's fine, at
Yeah,
least,
but
It's
at least you know
something.
he's checking in.
And I did request that they submit, if they had no new information, that they send me an email that said, I have nothing new today, so that I know that they didn't just forget.
So maybe as the board, we should send something out to them saying full participation is expected. I
They-
know I've been doing the health officer calls, they have those Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. The weirdest thing is they canceled them in Concord all the time, they don't tell people, so we're all fighting to dial in, and then we're all sending emails. They change the password, and then we find out, no, it's been canceled. And I'm not a department head, and I'm still finding the time to do it, so I think they can find the time to do it if I'm finding the time. And then I've been forwarding emails out to you
Yeah, you
guys,
have.
and Karen, anytime, sometimes they send them a Gmail and I forward them to Karen. And then I try to forward them out to everyone else, so everyone's aware of what's going on, so. You know, I put Joe on there, I put Ellen on there, and I try to put Rich on there and everyone else on the emails that I forward. So I think they should be able to participate, and I think as a board, we should be able to request that they participate.
Is that all Murphy wants, or is he looking for something more?
I believe that's all Murphy wants.
can you just check with him and let us know what
But
Rich
we
is
should
looking
also
for?
be aware of what's going on, just kind of in a general sense. We don't need deep, you know.
Well, that's why I've been
Details.
forwarding out those emails, it's kinda like, here's the.
So you know,
latest,
there's
the
3
greatest.
people in Brentwood that are currently positive, right? You know that?
We have 1 to 3 deaths in Brentwood, according to.
Not deaths.
Not deaths,
Not
no,
deaths.
1 to 3 positive
Positives.
tests.
Oh, I thought it was
No,
death.
no,
No,
it's just
we
positive.
don't have any
No.
deaths.
Um,
Now you're gonna scare people.
yeah, no, we only have 3 positives. Just saying that. I don't even have a problem if you guys want me as part of the board to be part of that chain, the email chains, or if they're doing a conference call, I'm willing to participate in those calls.
I think Murphy and Joe have been listening to the calls together at the station on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I've been calling in from home, and then I asked Murphy to send me because they type out all of the questions and they post them on WebEOC. So I asked them to forward me those on the daily,
And I've
or
heard
every other
Rich
day.
on there when I've been doing the
Yeah.
calls. I don't talk on the calls, I just kinda listen to it, because I figure that's what Rich is there for. But they should be
Yep.
sending questions to Rich, because he needs to funnel those up, that's his job, so.
Right.
But we also need information from the department heads.
Yeah.
Like, Karen should know if there's an employee in quarantine,
Yep.
because
Right,
Primex is gonna wanna know. We
right.
should not get we have one employee in quarantine and no information besides that,
Um,
so,
maybe we should request it?
I
Think-
have twice, or 3 times actually.
I
I
don't
sent
think
out
we
the
should
email,
just
and then I
request
sent
it
out
at
2
this point, I
reminders, and
think
I'm
we
still
need
not getting the
to
information.
demand it.
Well, I'll stop by and talk to Joe tomorrow.
I mean, I can talk to the PD or whoever, but I think it's a matter of, I think we need to send a message from the board,
Yep,
Correct.
and I think
I was thinking more or less just a memo from the board that
it's expected.
oh yeah.
part of their job responsibility is to keep the board updated, and we're requesting daily updates. Whether it be a generic email to Karen every day that says, nothing new,
Yep,
Yeah, status
Right.
quo or whatever.
Right.
but they're also required to share employee information with Karen, which is confidential because Karen's our HR person.
right.
We don't need to know that, but Karen needs to know if there's an employee quarantined
Right.
or
Has been
out of work
tested.
because of this.
Right,
I mean, I know there's certain stuff that I know, you know, just from talking to who I have to, that I get information to know who's in roughly where around town is, we're getting hit up with some of the stuff, but it's not disclosable, so. I think they should be able to give that to you easily,
Absolutely.
and I agree, I would make a motion, or unless yours is a motion, I'll
Mine's a
second.
motion.
So I'll second his motion to send the
Aye.
official memo.
aye.
All right.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Motion's passed.
Has Andy been calling the older people in town?
I believe he has, but I didn't ask him that today when he was here. We had a staff meeting today just to check in with folks to see how it was working from home and if they needed anything
I
going
just
forward.
wondered if between him and the girl from the fire department, if they were calling the older people.
I'll check in with him and
And they should probably given us some type of support showing us that they're doing that stuff.
I was gonna ask about that, because I don't,
Do we provide him with a phone?
Andy?
Yeah,
No,
so he's making these from his home phone?
his cell phone, yes. So I've asked, if they're gonna use their personal devices to call out, I asked them to push *67 and then blocks their number to send out. And then they don't leave a callback number, they just leave a message saying that they've reached out and then that's it. Then it's up to them to call that person again. I've also made it a policy with these folks that if someone is requesting our personal information, that they do not give it out, that they send us an email and ask our permission to either give out our personal phone number or that they get the information from the person wanting us and we contact them. I don't think our personal number should be given out to the public.
No, I think if anything, are you able to forward the phones here to their number? Cause I know like my work number, people call the 800 number, get my extension, it forwards it to my cell phone. They don't know that it's getting forwarded, it's almost instant. Can you do that?
Believe we can take these IP phones off of our desks and take them home. So I'll double check with Doreen on how all of that will work.
Most IP phones it's
Yeah,
a mini
it's more-
computer
Yeah.
inside the phone, so as long as it has a network connection, it'll function as like it was sitting in your desk.
Right, but I don't know, I guess it depends on their workstations, cause you would need an Ethernet cable to plug into it, so however their home office is set up.
So are you saying my rotary won't work?
No,
Uh-huh.
It's still
And
spinning.
then I noticed on the, homepage of the town, you need to go in and change the chairman and the,
Oh,
Yeah, and did, the newspaper, she called me and I forwarded it to you, did you reach out
Yep.
to her? Okay.
Kathy?
Kathy Bailey wanted to do a story on the solar panels, so I gave her a couple things and then told her, maybe that I would possibly have Jane call her. I gave Jane her information. Karen actually gave Rob Wolfchuck the information, and Rob actually called her to
oh,
do the
okay.
story. But speaking of solar panels, if nobody knows, our website, it has an amazing link to the solar panels of what it creates daily, weekly, monthly,
Oh, really?
hourly.
Okay.
It's an amazing website.
That's pretty cool. As long as we don't have a
So
fire on it.
back to the discussion of the employees giving us, some kind of information, cause I've had a couple people now ask me, they've asked me if we're paying employees and if we're paying employees indefinitely and are they working? And of course, my response was, of course we're paying employees and of course we expect them to be working. I don't know how long we're gonna do that, but as long as we're able to do that, because people are concerned that they don't have a job or they've been reduced and they're not gonna be able to pay their taxes. And how can, the inquiry to me was, how can you justify paying town employees when I don't even have a job and you expect me to give you tax money and then pay employees to, what are they doing? And I said, well, they're doing their regular job, that's what they're doing, and you can't expect the town not to function. The
Town has
town's
to function.
functioning as normal as we can be, and you can't expect us to shut down the town. Of course, we're paying our employees to do their job. So I'm just throwing it out there, I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, but I've had a couple people now ask me about it, and it's like, I don't have an end date. The end date's when we're done with this crazy emergency situation we find ourselves
I
in.
had
There is no,
one inquiry.
I can't say, well, we'll be done on May the 4th, everybody's coming back to work and everything's going back to normal.
Well,
I wish that were the case, but I don't know.
I think our line should be on May 4th, a reevaluation of the situation will occur.
Right, on May 4th.
Because I don't think we know any answers.
Yeah, I know the library was doing, I think curbside, and I think they've stopped that.
They stopped that, yeah?
So I don't even know what they've done as far as modifying their schedule.
There was people in there today. Joyce was outside doing yard work,
Yep.
and so there is work going on, but I do think department heads should at least
Analyze it.
analyze what people are doing and just kinda, I mean, we're asking Kip to account for his hours
Yep.
for this job downstairs. We should be accounting, somebody should be accountable of what they're doing at home.
Karen, he just directed that to you.
well, I've been having everybody track their hours on their timesheet so that we're knowing what they're physically working, what they're actually doing remotely from home. We can cross-reference that with their LogMeIn accounts if we so desire. So, I mean, everyone's putting in a
And I know
substantial
that was
amount of work
asked too,
still.
like about, I had somebody even call me up and ask me what the school was doing, and I actually directed them to talk to Melissa Litchfield. I'm like, it's out of my realm.
Yep.
Call her, because they wanna know, like, that's, how is this gonna affect our taxes? And I said, well, you're still gonna have to pay the taxes. So,
Well,
they
to
had
that
asked
end,
if there was gonna be a
and the
reduction.
school thing, they're paying everyone, the school employees, including the paras, cause I asked about that. And the paras are expected, they're the one-on-ones, for special needs, and they're expected to be doing, one-on-one work with their students, and that's how they're getting paid, and of course, that's like us, we don't have an end date till we know what's going on, so I think
The school is still teaching, the kids are still
Yeah.
learning.
They are.
so
But as
It's
far
just
as,
a
like, the
different environment.
janitorial, and there's a lot of other stuff, like, debris removal, dumpsters.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Food, what are they doing with all those employees? That was one of the things that was brought up to me, cause they're not doing cafeterias, and I said,
Well,
don't
we
know.
contract the cafeteria employees, so I would assume,
From SAU 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't know
they
what
might still be
SAU 's
delivering meals.
They
I
are
mean, in my
delivering
district,
meals,
they're still
there
delivering
are-
meals to,
there are students that get meals, so,
but minimal,
right,
compared to what they usually do.
yes, correct.
Like Exeter High School, for example, has multiple stations, pizza stations,
Yeah.
pasta stations.
but now you have people leaving the building going delivering, so
Sure, yeah.
you don't have, before, people are at the school, they're working. Now if you have to bring 20 students meals,
It's time.
you have to drive to 20 different houses and, what, you know,
So-
just 20 as a
So
number.
Ken's suggestion that, just so we have kind of a consistent message, is that we will reevaluate our status on May the 4th and see where we are with that, but currently we're gonna continue to do what we're doing now.
Everybody is indeed active.
Right,
They may be taking other parts of other jobs,
yeah.
and we've created the calling the seniors. By the way, nobody's called me.
I'll put you on his list.
Thank you.
You tell him not to call me.
He's showing up at the fire station, I don't think he's too worried about where he's
Yeah.
going.
Alright, anybody have anything else?
I do. Adjournment, sir.
Second.
You have any?
Did you have something, Phyllis?
No.
Oh. Motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Good night, Brentwood.
Good night, Brentwood.
How many people were watching, Andy, can you tell?
3,
Oh, 3?
and Jane sent me 4 texts.
How many butters?
The camera doesn't work and I lost the conversation after the podium, so I have no idea what because we didn't talk about a podium tonight.
It was strange to watch